This is the setup.
Okay,
this is the first 5 minutes of the movie.
The movie's dropped. Let's
go. The movie's dropping. Can't spoil a movie that's been made 7 times.
Got lucky enough to see an early surprise screening of Jurassic Park 7, what they're calling Jurassic Park Rebirth. Jurassic World Rebirth.
I really, really liked it. I was not expecting much from this movie, and I think it's the first time since the first one I felt like, wow, I really jumped at some of the dinosaur gags. I recommend it a lot. I think definitely it is for you as a big Spielberg fan. You're going to love it. They're doing a lot of Spielberg references.
Oh, nice.
It's like
excellent.
It's like this is how it goes. Here's the breakdown. Jurassic World Rebirth. It's like you walk into an Indiana Jones movie, right? Indiana Jones movie walks into Jaws, right? Jaws walks back into Indiana Jones. Then somehow it ends up in Alien, and then it ends up with Godzilla. It is a ride. Now, I think some people might get hung up on like the first 20 minutes. It spends a little bit setting up the characters. We got all new characters, right?
Yeah.
If you can get past that, you're in for a lot. I mean, the first action scene is a boat scene, and I'm talking heavy Jaws vibes. You got ScarJo out on the peak of the boat with a rifle trying to land a dart on a dinosaur. I mean, it's right there.
Oh, so ScarJo as Quint.
ScarJo is Quint and Indiana Jones in this movie. And I thought it wouldn't work, but it works. It works. She's got her action chops.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad kind of people are being reminded. I mean, I've always been a fan of her. She's kind of been humanized a little bit because she's been on SNL a lot, being married to Colin Jost. There's the head writer of SNL. So it almost felt like you were pulling back the curtain a little bit of who she is, so you can't get lost in her characters. But she's a great actress. She's done a lot of good stuff.
Make no mistake, she is Scarlett Johansson in this movie. This is not. She's not playing a deep textured character.
Right.
She is ScarJo the bounty hunter, ScarJo the mercenary, and that's about it. But she pulls it off. She pulls it off. And like, there's just a. Yeah, I think. I've seen some people online, it doesn't quite work for them. But again, the last 3 didn't work for me. And this one, I just really enjoyed. I think the director, Gareth Evans.
Oh, yes.
Gareth Evans or Gareth Edwards?
Edwards.
He did a movie. I don't know if you ever saw his first movie, which he did independently, which was just called like Monster or Monsters.
No, I did not see that.
And it was really good. It's an independent film. Like he shot it himself, like on a DSLR.
Not the one with Howie Mandel, right?
No,
that's
no.
Little Monsters.
That's Little Monsters. It's like a shot on DSLRs or something, and like he basically shot it and did all the effects himself because he's a special effects artist. So he sets up this world where it's like, oh, these monsters have taken over this part of Mexico, and you're just trying to get in and out without getting eaten or whatever.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's good. You should check it out. It's really good, especially when you realize how little they made it for. This one just creates that same thing. They're like I said, by way of Jaws, they're landing in Temple of Doom, and trying to get, the MacGuffins, 3 MacGuffins. It's like, and I feel like I'm being like condescending to it, but I'm not. It's like ScarJo is the placeholder for the action star. Mahershala Ali is the placeholder for the secondary sidekick co-lead character. The Sala, the Henry Jones Jr., whatever you want to call it. And it's formulaic, but man, it just really worked for me.
Well, I mean, sometimes formulas do work, right? It's not that. If there's a good enough story, the formula is still going to work.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned with this, just like what I was talking about. It was just like, they're in the park, part 1. They got to go back to the park. And I feel like, okay, this didn't work. And then the next one, which I like Jurassic World because it's in the park again. So we're almost getting to recognize what the park would have looked like if it ever opened. And I think that's what made that one stand out of just like, oh, right. Remember Jurassic Park, how they almost opened the park? Yeah. Well, now we open the park. And I feel like that helped it. But then same thing happened. We got to go out to the park. We got to go back to the park. And to me, how do we deal with go to the park and now we accidentally bring some home with us?
Yeah.
And then for this one, it was just like they were taking that we got to go back to the park formula again. So that was the only thing that was my concern. But now, if you just compared it to like Jaws and Indiana Jones, where it's like more like action-packed fun,
Yeah.
I think that's great.
The action set pieces are really good. And like I said, it takes its time at the beginning because it's got to set up 2 sets of characters. So that way we can have 2 separate storylines going at once, the intercut.
Right.
But like, I guess without spoiling it too much, and I'll say it's not necessarily going back to the park. This is the setup.
Okay,
this is the first 5 minutes of the movie.
The movie's dropped. Let's
go. The movie's dropping. You can't spoil a movie that's been made 7 times.
Right.
So it's like this is the setup. Okay. In the last movie, the dinosaurs all got out. Right. There it is. Jurassic World has happened.
Yes.
Okay. So here we are, back a few years later. Turns out the dinosaurs were not as adaptable to the to the climate conditions as we thought. Right. So they've all migrated to the equator where it's the hottest. So now you've got this ring around this area in the world where all the dinosaurs now, that's where they all are, right?
Okay.
And they even show like a brontosaurus walking through a big city, and it's just like passing out, and they're trying to like scoop it up with a crane and get it out of there. It's it's like, and in a way that's like they're referencing their own movies. It's just kind of like, our movies are kind of getting played out. Everybody's seen everything, then you got, because you've got ScarJo the mercenary, you've got the dinosaur scientist, and he's like, people don't even come to the museum anymore, nobody cares about dinosaurs, you know what I mean? And then you've got the sort of the heel, the sort of like businessman. Basically, what he wants, he needs some dinosaur DNA to make pharmaceuticals. Okay?
Dino DNA.
Dino DNA, man. To make some pharmaceuticals. So he's got to book ScarJo and her crew to go get the DNA. Boom. There you go. You got a movie. But we need to bring the scientists with us. Okay. I've never been in the wild. Well, you get it. Yeah. You see where it's going, right?
I feel it. Yeah, I feel like you explained it, but just like, it's hitting all the marks.
Yeah. It hits all the bullet points. It's a good script. It's like, I don't know if it was AI helped out in this one, but it checks all the boxes. And then once they, it's just like Jaws. Once they get on that boat and they're on their way, boom, it's nonstop.
It's a different beat. Okay.
So I highly recommend it. I think you will love it. If you're a Spielberg fan, I think you'll love it. I don't know. I think if you liked the last ones a lot, this one might not be your style, because I feel like this one takes it back to basics.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I think the other ones were a little sillier. To me,
yeah,
but this one is.
How do you have a Jurassic Park movie with Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, exactly.
So I get it.
You're so money.
Yeah,
you're so money, T-Rex. But man, I really enjoyed it. I think from what I could tell, people were digging it in the theater, and
right.
It's just scary enough for the kids. I think if you've got young ones. But man, it took me back. It felt Spielbergian.
That's what I want. Because let's face it, and we speak of this, the 50th anniversary of Jaws, which was like the birth of the summer blockbuster. Look, I love original properties, and we will go see old movies, we'll see most movies. But to me, there's always still a place in the movie universe for summer blockbuster throw rides. Right. It doesn't have to be all of them, but we can still have some. Yeah. Right? You just like, if you had an amusement park of all roller coasters, it might be a little boring. Just like, let's put in a carousel here. Let's put in a log flume here. I feel like there are room for these types of summer thrill rides that are a good time. Yeah. And if this because in the end, what it all comes down to is the script good? Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're talking about $1 billion budget or $1,000 budget. Is the script good? Yeah. And it sounds like the answer to this one is yes.
I didn't realize it's David Koepp, who wrote the original, is back to write this one.
Oh, okay.
So I think that really helped a lot. And I give you one PSA if you're going to see this movie. Once you get, as they're introducing the characters, you get to the pharmaceutical rep, the businessman who needs the dino DNA. PSA, that's not Orlando Bloom. You're going to be like, is that Legolas? Is that Orlando Bloom? It's not Orlando Bloom. It's another guy. I think he was on Homeland. I'm not sure his name. But anyway.
You're right. They are a little bit of a doppelganger thing going on there.
That is Orlando Bloom's
just like,
doppelganger.
Can we get ScarJo, Mahershala Ali, and Orlando Bloom? No, you can only get 2.
I don't know his name, but throw up his image or something here so that way we can get that. But yeah.
So awesome.